Move it, old man. That booth's mine now. The biker's voice cracked through the chatter of the roadside diner like a whip. Plates clattered, forks froze midair. The entire room fell silent, eyes turning toward the corner booth. There sat Mr. Dawson, an elderly man in a navy blue jacket with faded service patches and a white navy cap. His steaming cup of coffee rested before him, untouched. His posture was calm, steady, like the ocean before a storm. The biker stomped forward, leather vest stretched over his heavy frame, tattoos crawling up his arms like serpents. He slammed his hand on the table, rattling the cup. "Did you hear me? Get up!" The waitress gasped, tray trembling in her hands. "Please," she whispered, voice breaking. "Just leave him alone." But Mr. Dawson didn't move. His silence wasn't weakness. It was the silence of a man who had faced storms at sea, survived nights where the ocean itself seemed to swallow men whole, and buried brothers who never returned. He had endured far worse than a loud-mouthed biker in a diner. Yet his calm only enraged the biker more. He leaned in. "What are you? Some washed-up sailor? Nobody cares about the Navy anymore." The words landed heavy. A mother pulled her child close. Customers averted their eyes. The air grew colder, heavier. And then, the diner door opened.
"Step aside. Let the man eat in peace."
The bell jingled sharply as boots struck the linoleum with measured force. A tall man in uniform entered, his chest decorated with service pins, his eyes hard as steel. The atmosphere shifted instantly, like a tide turning. He froze at the sight, the biker looming over the old veteran, the waitress pale with fear. His jaw clenched, and his stride quickened. "Is there a problem here?" His voice was calm, but it carried a razor's edge. The biker turned, mistaking the uniform for backup. He smirked. "Yeah, this old Navy fossil thinks he owns the place. I told him to move, but he won't. He's nothing but a relic." The room gasped. That word, nothing, cut deeper than a blade. The officer stepped forward until he stood between his father and the bully, his broad shoulders shielding the old man completely. His eyes narrowed. "That relic," he said, voice low and sharp, "is my father. He spent years in the United States Navy, defending freedoms you don't deserve. He's not nothing. He's the reason you can walk in here, run your mouth, and not fear a thing." The biker's grin faltered. The officer leaned closer, his badge catching the diner lights. "You will apologize. Right now. Or you'll regret every word." The biker looked around. Every patron glared with disgust. The waitress crossed her arms. Even a child peeked from behind her mother's shoulder, waiting. The bully was cornered, stripped of power. "Sorry, sir." Mr. Dawson studied the man quietly. After a long pause, he gave the smallest nod, not for the biker, but for himself. The matter was closed with dignity. The officer didn't look away until the biker slunk out, his boots heavy, the bell over the door jingling like a sigh of relief. And then, applause. It began with one man at the counter, then spread like wildfire until the whole diner roared with respect. Not for the officer, but for the veteran who had endured humiliation with grace. The officer slid into the booth beside his father. For a moment, neither spoke. Then Mr. Dawson said, "You didn't have to do that, son." The officer's voice softened, his eyes wet with pride. "Dad, you fought for me once. Now it's my turn to fight for you." The waitress wiped a tear. Patrons nodded with reverence. Strangers left the diner humbled, carrying a lesson carved deep into their hearts. True strength isn't in fists or shouting. True strength is in sacrifice, dignity, and honor. And no matter how loud a bully is, respect will always belong to those who earned it in silence.